Go Mustang, the Coach Alexander Show, brought to you by Kim Assad, your real estate broker.
Hello, Mustang Nation. Matt Carnes, Grapevine Booster here for Week 9 of the Coach Mike Alexander Show with head coach of your Grapevine Mustangs, head coach Mike Alexander. And coach, we're Week 9. Can't believe we're here already. Got one more regular season game to go, but Friday night was a special night for you. Before we get into the actual game, it was senior night. So tell us about senior night for the Mustangs on Friday night.
Yeah, it was pretty emotional, honestly. This group of seniors is pretty special. They mean a lot to me. They were freshmen when I came on campus 3 years ago. I've watched them all, just mature and develop, by leaps and bounds, some of them, and just to know it was their last time to play at Mustang Panther Stadium, and really the last time we're all going to play in what we know now as Mustang Panther, because it's going to look a lot different next year. But it was emotional. It was a good night. Everybody got to play, and we got out there with a win. So it was all positive.
Well, it was a good night. Had great weather for a November football game. I don't think anybody expected to go from a cold week the week before to whatever we were dealing with on Friday night, where people are wearing shorts. So that was kind of a nice one. But it was a interesting ball game, to say the least. 31-6 lead at the half, and then the second half came along. Things got a little tight there for the Wall. Tell us what was going on there in this third quarter.
Well, we said, I told everybody in pregame, keys to victory were going to be don't give up the big play, and don't turn the ball over. And we did both those things in the third quarter, and so it is what it is. They were a very athletic team. They got a kid back that hadn't been playing for about a month. That's a Texas commit, and he gave us some fits, both sides of the ball. And it's a lot of credit to Eastern Hills. They came out and played well the second half, and especially third quarter. And we didn't help ourselves by, like I said, giving up a big pass play. We knew we were going to have to limit those, and we let one kid go off for almost 200 yards. And just moving forward, that's going to be a big key for us. We can't allow big pass plays to happen. And if we can limit those, we can play really good defense.
Well, the defense made some phenomenal plays, and even as the game was tightening up, sometimes whether you believe in momentum or not, there's something to it, because as things were kind of starting to go a little bit south in the third quarter, even Carson French missed a field goal, which just doesn't happen.
Right. Credit to our kids for they didn't ever stop playing hard, and you're right, they did have a lot of momentum. They scored 2 touchdowns in the third quarter to get the game within 2 scores, and they were knocking on the door one more time, and our kids just kept battling, kept fighting, and got a big 4th down stop on the goal line. That helped, and then we were able to move the ball and eat up the rest of the third quarter, I believe. And but like I said before, games are they have momentum swings, and you just got to weather the storm sometimes, and our kids did a good job of that.
Well, you mentioned that 4th down stop in third quarter. There, it's 31-18. They get 1st and goal at about the 5-yard line, and it looks like we're about to have a 1-score game. Gets down to 4th down play, and let's take a look at that.
Well, here's the play of the game up to this point. 4th down and goal inside the 1 with 9:15 remaining. Offensive unit for the Highlanders looks to the sideline to Tracy Simmons. They're going to have a tight end and Hobbs to the right, and a tight end and Levels left. Receivers deed side on a 4th and goal inside the 1. Marshall's the running back to the left of Maxwell. Play clock's at 8. The snap to Maxwell. Inside give. Marshall stood up at the goal line. Second effort. He can't get in. There's no signal. They say he didn't get in. He did not make it. Grapevine holds. What a job by the defensive line and the second surge of those inside linebackers. And Grapevine holds on a 4th down and goal inside the 1.
And this is Braden Hudson.
Braden played a really good game.
Perfect example of how hard of a hitter that Braden is, and the kind of impact plays he makes when he put a stop on this drive when a quarterback was about to make a play on you.
Yes, sir. We we end up running a little 4-man pressure here. We get the quarterback flushed, and Braden steps up and just drops him right at the 50. That's a big time football play.
And he had probably be considered the closing play right here.
Yeah,
Braid
it's-
makes a big play here.
Yeah, this is this is one of those times when the stars align, and you know, probably got a little lucky, caught a little weak side inside linebacker blitz, and hit it on time, hit it right. Braden executes it well, and you know, at the time, I think we just get a safety. I didn't realize the ball popped out, and you know, I'm calling for kickoff return, and I find out, you know, shortly thereafter, no, coach, we scored. We need PAT on the field.
Well, that was definitely a fun moment on that one
Yeah.
because it did. Everybody was cheering for the
Yeah.
safety and happy to have the safety. So that was a good one. But offense all night long. You did not have David Clayton on the field, and Allen and the offense had to find ways to execute without David Clayton on the field. So Allen did a good job of spreading the ball around. He found Jack Ertz several times, found some other receivers, threw a touchdown to Alex. But Jack Ertz, who we'll talk to here at the show tonight, had a big night as well. And we'll look at one of his touchdown plays here. Tell us what's going on here.
Oh,
on this one.
Jack played well Friday night. Played with a lot of confidence. You know, caught the ball well, and some of those weren't easy catches. You know, that's a little back shoulder catch right there, catch and running for a touchdown. But you know, Jack played well. He played with a lot of confidence, and look to see more of that in the future.
Yeah, you get him for one more year, so that's going to be a help going forward. But this was a pretty interesting play here. He didn't exactly get the credit he deserved for the touchdown, but it happened so fast, people in the stands really didn't actually know what happened when it happened.
That's right. So Allen gets flushed a little bit, rolls out, finds Jack in the corner. Great catch. You know, ball below his knees. Obviously, you can see that, you know, he's in the pylon's down, but for whatever reason, our official missed that one. But no, it was a great catch.
So we'll talk to him more later in the show, but it turned out to be a good night. Finished it out 37-18, so you got one more game. We're moving on to Birdville. Tell us what we're looking for this Friday night.
And it's going to be a battle. You know, Birdville's the best 4 and 5 team in the Metroplex. They've lost 5 games this year. 4 of them they've lost by a combined total of 11 points. All 5 teams that they've lost to are playoff teams, and you know, they're an improving team. They made a switch at quarterback about 3-4 weeks ago, and ever since they've been improving. And so we've got a work cut out for us. It's going to be a fun environment. You know, the Birdville Fine Arts Center is a fun place to play. They'll bring a good crowd. We'll bring a good crowd. We're looking forward to it.
Well, and you know it's going to be their senior night. This is their swan song, so you know they're going to be ready for that as well. Do you tell your kids anything about that, or just execute like always?
No, we don't talk about that really. We'll just we'll go show up, do our routine through pregame, go in the locker room, get focused up, and go out and hopefully you know, show them what our DNA is all about, and hopefully get out of there with a win.
Well, you usually do, so we'll be looking forward to that. That'll be Friday night, 7:30 at the Birdville Fine Arts Center. You know you got the playoffs coming up, but do you look forward to that yet at all, or do you just work on Friday night right now?
No, I mean, you know, it's you kind of carve your day up, you know, spending the bulk of our day getting ready for Birdville, but, you know, there's also, you know, we're trying to gather some video on, you know, future opponents and make a few arrangements and plans. So, you know, it's a fun time though. I mean, this is why we do what we do, you know, to get to the state playoffs and make a run and let these kids reach all their goals and dreams.
Well, we'll have Breakfast of Champions Friday morning, 7:30 here in the locker room. Anything else going on this week we need to be aware of?
No, sir. We're just grinding at practice. We had a good physical, energetic practice this morning. Need to have one more tomorrow, and you know we're chomping at the bit. We're starting to you know, we're filling in with some spots. We're a little bit banged up, but we're getting a few guys back. We expect to see David Clayton play this week again. So, but you know, our philosophy is next man up, and our kids have been doing that all year long, and so I'm just excited for our kids to get a chance to play a good team Friday night.
Well, good. Well, we'll hear some more about that next man up here at the show tonight when we talk to Chris Ruiz. So, looking forward to more on that. So we'll see you Friday night, 7:30 at the Birdville Fine Arts Center. Come ready to be loud and proud. Go Mustangs, and we'll see you there. We are here with Grapevine Mustang junior wide receiver Jack Ertz. Jack Maverick Lee Ertz, I understand. Jack had a big game Friday night. 6 catches, 80 yards, and 1, maybe 2 touchdowns. But tell us about Friday night. What was happening out there?
Well, Friday night it was for the seniors. So Coach had stressed a lot all week that you got to spill yourself out for the seniors. You got to play as hard as you can. So that was my goal going into the Friday night game, and I was trying my best to get everyone hyped up. It was their last game there, so I was just trying to give it all I got for the seniors.
Well, you did a good job on that. You had the first touchdown early there. Tell us about that play on that first touchdown.
Well, we caught them off guard because we had run a bubble play before, and our coach was thinking that if we catch them off guard and we manage to tempo the offense, that we'll be able to throw it behind them as they're down calling the defense. So we called bubble bag, and we ended up throwing it right behind him. I got around my guy, and it was just the luck of the draw. It was my time to score, and Alex on the outside was also open. Bowman just picked me, so I did what I could.
Well, it was a nice play, a good touchdown, put you guys in control of the game early on. And you had another big play late in the game. So the stats show 1 touchdown, maybe 2. The feet looked like they were in, but tell us about that play, because that happened so fast in the crowd. A lot of people just flat missed it because it happened so fast.
I remember I was kind of running a route. We were meaning to throw it to the left side, and I remember I saw Bowman pump fake, and then I realized that I needed to prepare for a scramble drill, and I worked out as far as I could, and I noticed I was towards the sideline, so I kept my feet in. Bowman threw it, and I hoped for the best, and I came down with it, but I was marked out at the 1, so you take what you get. So
It is what it is.
It is what it is.
And you had a special guest come watch your game and surprise you.
I did. My sister came all the way from Arkansas. Love you, Piper. She drove 5 hours because that's all I wanted for my birthday was her to come home.
Well, that was great. It was good to see her at the game, and very nice of her to come see you. So good job putting on a good show for her.
Yes, sir.
And we will look forward to seeing you this Friday night with Birdville.
Yes, sir. It's going to be a great game.
We are here with Mustang offensive guard Chris Ruiz. Chris, you got to start for the first time with the varsity of the big boys on Friday night. Tell
Yes,
us how
sir.
that went for you.
Well, at first I wasn't starting, and then Coy earlier that day got a muscle spasm, so we were gonna feel it out how it went. He started, and then he wasn't feeling too good about it, so I filled in, and yeah.
So the coach came to you and said, Skeeter, you're in?
He said stay by his side, and if something happened, then I was in. Yes.
Well, good. It looked like you did a pretty good job in there. Tell us about working against those Eastern Hills guys, because they looked like they were pretty big.
Oh yeah. At first it was kind of scary going up there, and then they're just human too, so yeah, you just had to work with what you got, honestly.
Go in there and do your job, right?
Yes, sir.
All right. Well, you got another one coming up Friday night with Birdville. Tell us what we're looking for Friday night in Birdville.
Looking to execute and tempo them. It's gonna be a good game.
Well, we're looking forward to it. We'll see you Friday night at Birdville.
Yes, sir.
Go Mustang. The Coach Alexander Show, brought to you by Kim Assad, your real estate broker.